False alarm. How climate change panic costs us trillions, hurts the poor, and fails to fix the planet. In False Alarm, Danish political scientist Bjorn Lomborg takes on one of the most pressing and emotionally charged topics of our time: climate change. But unlike many who address this issue with alarmist rhetoric or radical solutions, Lomborg takes a calm, measured, and deeply data-driven approach. His main argument: yes, climate change is real and man-made, but the way we're reacting to it is often irrational, wasteful, and in some cases harmful, especially for the world's poorest people. Lomborg doesn't deny the existence of global warming. He acknowledges that human activity, particularly the burning of fossil fuels, contributes to rising greenhouse gas emissions, which in turn impact global temperatures. However, where he differs from mainstream narratives is in his critique of the fear-driven, catastrophic messaging that dominates media, politics, and activism. In his view, exaggerated doom predictions don't just misinform the public. They lead to bad policies and wasted resources that could be better spent elsewhere. Let's break down some of the most important points Lomborg makes in False Alarm. Number 1. Climate change is real, but it's manageable. Lomborg starts by stating clearly, the planet is warming, and human actions play a major role. But instead of seeing this as an existential crisis that will wipe out humanity, he frames it as a significant but solvable challenge. He emphasizes that past human ingenuity has solved big problems before, and with the right approach, we can do it again. He draws comparisons to past fears, like the 1970s population bomb predictions or exaggerated environmental collapses. That didn't unfold as forecasted, largely because human innovation intervened. Lomborg insists the same mindset should guide our response to climate change. Number 2. The cost of panic-driven policies. One of Lomborg's strongest critiques is aimed at policies driven more by panic than by evidence. He argues that many climate policies, particularly those emphasizing rapid decarbonization at any cost, are economically devastating while delivering minimal environmental benefits. For example, the Paris Agreement, though well-intentioned, comes with an astronomical price tag, projected in the trillions of dollars. Yet its estimated effect on global temperatures by 2100 is marginal, reducing warming by just a fraction of a degree. Lomborg suggests that wealthy countries can afford some of these expensive policies, but for developing nations, such measures can deepen poverty by limiting access to affordable energy and stifling economic growth. In his eyes, we're spending vast sums inefficiently, driven more by virtue signaling than effective problem-solving. Number 3. Poorer countries bear the hidden costs. Climate policies often sound noble on the surface, but Lomborg highlights how they can disproportionately hurt the global poor. For example, aggressive restrictions on fossil fuels may seem environmentally responsible, but can restrict energy access for billions living in poverty. In many parts of the world, access to affordable energy, often still reliant on fossil fuels, is essential for development. Without reliable power, communities struggle with healthcare, education, and basic infrastructure. Lomborg emphasizes that lifting people out of poverty has always been one of the best ways to increase resilience to climate impacts. Ironically, policies that limit economic growth in the name of fighting climate change can leave poor nations more vulnerable to environmental risks in the long run. Number 4. Exaggerations in media narratives. Lomborg dedicates significant attention to how media outlets, politicians, and activists amplify worst-case scenarios to grab attention. He argues that cherry-picked data, overblown predictions, and emotionally charged language make people believe the world is ending, when, in reality, humanity has made tremendous progress in many areas, even as the climate changes. He acknowledges that scary headlines sell, but they often distort reality. For instance, while natural disasters are devastating, data shows that deaths from climate-related disasters have decreased dramatically over the last century, thanks to better technology and preparedness. By constantly painting an apocalyptic picture, society risks fostering fatalism, anxiety, and policy overreach, rather than balanced, rational action. Number 5. Technological innovation is the real solution. Rather than focusing primarily on cutting emissions through taxes, bans, or strict regulations, Lomborg champions investing in innovation. He points to historical examples where breakthroughs, from agricultural advances to medical discoveries, transformed the world. In the context of climate change, he believes investments in clean energy technology, carbon capture, and energy efficiency offer the most practical path forward. Solar, wind, nuclear, and future innovations could eventually provide affordable, reliable, and low-carbon energy. But forcing premature transitions without affordable alternatives hurts societies, especially the poor. Lomborg stresses that technological progress, not government mandates alone, will ultimately solve the climate problem. Number 6. Cost-benefit analysis. Making smarter choices. A core message of false alarm is that resources are limited, and we need to prioritize actions that deliver the greatest overall benefit. Lomborg uses the concept of cost-benefit analysis to show that some proposed climate measures offer a poor return on investment, while others, including adaptation strategies, innovation funding, and targeted interventions, provide far more bang for the buck. For example, improving flood defenses, developing drought-resistant crops, or early warning systems can save lives and reduce climate impacts much more efficiently than blanket emission cuts. He argues for smarter spending, not just more spending. Number 7. Addressing other global challenges. While climate change matters, Lomborg reminds us it's not the only problem facing humanity. Issues like hunger, disease, education, and poverty still affect billions of people. Over-focusing on climate change to the exclusion of these challenges can lead to misguided priorities. Lomborg suggests that a balanced, holistic approach, investing in both climate solutions and broader human development, offers the most compassionate and effective strategy. This is my final reflection. At its heart, false alarm isn't about denying science. It's about advocating for common sense. Lomborg challenges us to step back from fear-driven narratives and think critically about how we tackle climate change. His book invites readers to replace panic with pragmatism, to favor innovation over ideology, and to recognize that how we spend our time, energy, and resources matters enormously. The takeaway: we can address climate change without bankrupting societies, deepening global inequality, or sacrificing human progress. But it requires honest conversations, sound economics, and a belief in human ingenuity. Here is a simple practical example. Imagine a small coastal town facing rising sea levels. Some propose spending billions on nationwide carbon taxes, hoping to reduce global emissions over decades. But Lomborg's approach would suggest the town invest directly in better seawalls, improved drainage, and early warning systems. Practical, immediate solutions that protect lives today, while still supporting innovation for long-term global change. In other words, fix the roof before arguing about the weather. That's the spirit of false alarm. That's all for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please consider subscribing, leaving a like, and dropping a comment below. And if you'd like to support the channel even further, you can follow me on TikTok and Instagram for more content like this, and you can find my other social media in the description below. See you in the next video.